2 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's all about sporty matters. So put on those sports shoes and let's do this for the next 2 hours. And of course, you have a very amazing lineup lined up for you from athletics, football, all the way. And of course, there is a lot of transfer markets. A lot of teams flexing their muscles, their financial muscles. And talking about what we have lined up for you today, this particular week, the Athletics Kenya actually finalized on its 58-man squad, or if you prefer, the list that will represent the country in the upcoming Tokyo World Championship that will be held in September in Japan. And out of that, it's a very rich list, if you ask me. Very notable names in that particular list, and of course upcoming athletes that will be representing the country in various disciplines, from 100 meters all the way to marathon. And this particular squad will be headlined by 3 times Olympic and world champion Faith Kipyegon, alongside Africa's fastest man Ferdinand Omanyala. And of course, Faith Kipyegon will be taking part in 2 events, 15,000 meters and of course 5,000 meters. And she will going head to head with now the Olympic champion Beatrice Chebet in that particular fashion. Remember, it will be a repeat of what happened in Paris Olympics in 2024, when the 2 iconic Kenyan athletes, the finest that Kenya has produced so far, went head to head in Paris. And this time round they will be doing it in a similar fashion in Tokyo. The two will be eyeing for 5,000 meters crown, and it's going to be a very quite interesting battle between 2 of the most decorated Kenyan athletes, as they eye glory and in the same spirit to bring glory to Kenya, even as they represent the country in Tokyo. Alongside that, we have the likes of Emmanuel Wanyonyi, Ferdinand Omanyala, our very own youngster in 3,000 meters steeplechase, that is Edmond Serem, who will be going head to head with the best of the best in that same category. Remember, that particular crown for the last 3 seasons has been won by Moroccan Siofan El Bakali, and this time round it's a new challenge that the young star will be hoping to pose alongside very experienced athletes, that is Abraham Kibiwot, in same regard. So it's just a matter of time before we can see how will our athletes actually fare on that. And actually we had a very exclusive interview with another fine athlete who has really come up through the ranks in 800 meters women race, that is Lillian Odira. And of course that discussion will be coming to you later on. Just she was giving us her reflection of the season and what she thinks she can bring on the table, given the fact that she had already secured a spot to carry Kenyan flag in the upcoming Tokyo World Championship. And of course, beside athletics matters, now it's just a matter of time. The countdown, especially next week, that is on Saturday, exactly 1 week from now, from today, then it's official. CHAN will kick off, and Kenya will play its first match on 3rd of August, that is on Sunday, and against Democratic Republic of Congo, 2 times champion. And Kenya is in Pool A alongside, of course, DRC, Angola, Zambia, and of course Morocco. That is a pool of death. And of course, Benny McCarthy has named his squad ahead of that very heated encounter in that particular CHAN, the 2024 CHAN Championship, the first inaugural for Kenya. This is their first time ever for country to take part in this CHAN. Remember, we have a total of 19 teams who will be taking part in this, the 2024 CHAN, and Kenya will be eyeing to actually lift this particular title for the first time in the country's history. And that is a very packed up discussion, and of course we'll be bringing you up to speed with who has made it to 25 strong man squad. That is Ben McCarthy's final squad for Harambee Stars in this CHAN championship. And later on we have seen some late omissions and of course inclusion, and of course this is in regard to some of two key players who have signed for Zambian side, that is Dynamo Power, and by virtue of now having penned down a contract with the Zambian side, they are ineligible to actually take part in this CHAN, because CHAN is a preserve for local players and not foreign-based players. We have seen the likes of Masood Juma also making a cut into the 25-man squad, the very late inclusion in that particular squad. And of course we'll be bringing you up to speed and just to show you how does the attack line looks like, defense, and of course midfield, and even in the goalkeeping department, who has actually made it to that 25-man squad. So that's another very interesting area that we'll be taking a look, just to bring you up to speed with what you need to know in regard to this the CHAN championship. And of course remember, it's 19 teams taking part. Kenya is in Pool A. Pool A matches will be played here in the country. Pool B matches will be played in Tanzania. Pool C matches will be played in Uganda, and Pool D matches will be played in Zanzibar. Remember, the matches that will be played in Zanzibar were supposed to be played here in Kenya, but because of some logistical issues, Kenya was stripped the rights to host two pool matches, and it was given to Zanzibar. And that is something that of course will serve as an eye-opener going forward, so that the reason that Kenya was denied that a privilege of actually hosting two pool matches, and of course I'm sure it's something that will be rectified even as the country eye to host the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations. And remember, the final of CHAN will be played here in Kenya at Kasarani Stadium, and of course the opening match will be played in Uganda at Benjamin Mkapa Stadium. So those are some of the optics and of course what you need to know about this CHAN that the country is eagerly waiting to see how the event will unfold. Remember, this will be serving as a litmus paper for Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, if indeed they are able to actually host the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations. And don't forget, the national circuit, the Driftwood Sevens, officially kicked off officially today. And of course this is a series of the national circuit. Remember, this will be used to actually to select players that will represent the country in the national sevens, that is the Shujas. So those will take part in the Driftwood Sevens. This is the national seventh circuit. The selection, the Kenya Sevens team selection criteria will be based on the players that actually participated in the national seventh circuit. So it's a very important tournament, given the fact that if indeed you want to actually represent the country in the upcoming tournament that is in the world, to make it to Team Kenya, that is the Kenya Rugby Sevens Shujaa, then this is the platform for you to shine. And this particular platform will be used to select the Kenya Sevens team. And now we have some transfer news, both locally and international, and of course we'll be bringing you up to speed with that. And remember, we have some stories that will be forming the basis of our discussion today in this very amazing show. And so without wasting much time, let me just bring you, or rather just set the background and the stage for this on the spot show by looking at some of the stories that will be forming the basis of our discussion today. Right, and now we begin with matters rugby. The highly anticipated 2025 National Sevens Circuit is set to explode into action this weekend as the vibrant coastal city of Mombasa hosts the opener, the Driftwood Sevens, at the historic Mombasa Sports Club. The defending champions, Kenya Harlequins, headline Pool A that include Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology, Kenyatta University Best Side Black Blood, and Mwamba RFC. In Pool B, rugby giants Cabras Sugar RFC will square it out against Catholic Monks as Nakuru RFC and Impala RFC in what promised to be a tightly contested group. Last year's runners-up KCB RFC will anchor Pool C, where they are drawn alongside Nondetscript RFC, dynamic Daystar Falcons, and host team that is Mombasa Sports Rugby Club. Pool D features Menengai Oilers, Strathmore Leos, Stallions Rugby, and Kabarak University.
International has been a live wire for Nakuru in these early moments, even as they trail. Beating one man, beating a second man is the Javan Otieno. Brilliant footwork, a well-worked.
Right, so that is a very contested fixtures. Remember, each team will be eyeing to lift this the opener of the National Sevens Circuit, the Driftwood Sevens, and you can see how the teams are in very high spirit. Each team wants to claim their dominance in the National Sevens Circuit, and of course, it's an avenue for players to actually showcase what they can offer. Because the national team's call-up is on the line. So it's an avenue for you to shine so that you can get that a call-up to the National Sevens, which is the pride of every rugby player to don the Kenyan jersey in the international tournament, the Kenya Shujaas, the Simbas. Opportunity like this is one in a lifetime. And if you can actually showcase what you can offer, then the stage is yours, and the Driftwood Sevens set the stage, the first of its kind. And of course, after that, we have the likes of, the Dala Sevens, the Kabeberi Sevens. These are just, one of the National Sevens Circuit. And of course, it's just a series of rugby tournaments for teams to gauge their level of preparedness before the official the Kenya Cup season can actually kick off. So it serves as a motivation for the teams to gauge their level of preparedness. They can see where they can revamp their squad ahead of new season. All right, so that is rugby. Now to matters athletics. 3 times Olympic and world 15 meters champion Faith Kipyegon and Africa's fastest man Ferdinand Omanyala will headline Team Kenya at the World Athletics Championship in Tokyo, Japan. Kenya will be hoping to surpass the last edition performance in Budapest. The world in Tokyo, Japan. After the selection of a team that will carry Kenyan flag in the upcoming World Athletics Championships set for September, the next assignment for the team is to fine-tune their weak areas before they embark on a mission to conquer the world in Tokyo, Japan.
My speed endurance is perfect, so I think we're just gonna go back with my coach to the training and we work on pure speed. Yeah, being that this is now an international level, we have to have enough speed, enough endurance, and good mentality. Now, I think we'll be going for ladies, and that is an advantage to us because we're going to work as a team, and we see what is possible for us.
Kenya will be banking on experienced athletes, including 3 times Olympic and world champion Faith Kipyegon, in their quest for medal glory. For Faith Kipyegon, time is ripe to give yet another stab at world record in Tokyo.
the target now is just to train healthy. I just want to break out to stay healthy, injury-free towards Tokyo, because I know I'm going to double both 15 and 5, and I know it's not an easy job to do, to double, but I hope through the training and preparation, I hope everything will be well. Especially, I'm going to join a very strong team in the 1500 with Nelly, Susan, and the other lady, and then also the 5000 we have Beatrice and Agnes, and I'm so happy to join them. So yeah.
As Kenya eye to reclaim the lost glory in the men's 3,000 meters steeplechase, the hope of a nation now rests squarely on the shoulders of Kenya's rising star Edmond Serem, alongside his compatriot Abraham Kibiwot, as they prepare to face off with double Olympic and world champion Siofan El Bekali of Morocco. With team selection down, all eyes will be on the team that has been tasked with the responsibility of carrying Kenyan flag high in the World Athletics Championship that will be held in Tokyo, Japan later on this year. Whether they live up to the expectation, only time will tell. Auma Evans for KUTV at Ulinzi Complex Stadium, Nairobi. Right, so that is a rich field of very elite athletes, from record holders, from world champions, all the way to the youngsters who will be throwing their heart in the ring to make sure that they go out there to compete and bring medals to Kenya. From 100 meters all the way to 3,000 meters steeplechase, to 800 meters, to marathon, to 10,000 meters and 5,000 meters for both men and women. Kenya has sent a very strong squad to Tokyo this time round, with expectations of surpassing the results that they posted in Budapest. In words of many, not so good results, but each day is a new day for challenge. This time round, a new pair of athletes in various fields, like for example in 3,000 meters steeplechase, where we have a youngster, the world champion in the under 20 category, now giving a stab to senior championship, his first actually in this global stage. And of course, he knows the assignment at hand and the task at hand, and of course he dare to dream, and wish the team all the best, even as they hit the camp running, and of course to sharpen their skills ahead of the big assignment. 58-man squad to represent the country. Well, will it be 58 medals? Probably 58 golds. Time will tell. Anyway, so athletics to football. Harambee Stars head coach Benny McCarthy has announced the final 25-man squad for the CHAN tournament that will take place from August 2nd to 30th. Kenya, which will be participating for the first time, is in Group A with Morocco, DRC Congo, Zambia and Angola. Their first match will be against Congo on August 3rd at Kasarani Stadium. The team include both experienced players and young talents. The CHAN tournament will be jointly hosted by Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania and Zanzibar. But in that same breath, that is Kenya, Uganda and of course Tanzania. And McCarthy has expressed great hopes in his squad to represent the country proudly. Sasa kizungumkuti ni kwa Benny McCarthy. Out of 25, we want 11 best. So the headache is on him. He knows what is best for the squad. It's a 25-man squad, and of course, out of 3 goalkeepers, he'll have to at least select one strong one out of 3. Out of probably 6 to 8 defenders, he'll have to select at least 4. In the midfield, at least 4. Front line, at least 3 or 4 players. So the onus is on the coach, and of course, we wish he will make a very solid, sober and candid decision the one that will benefit the country, and of course the one that will not lead to a lot of backlash, given the fact that a lot have questioned his decision to actually include 2 players in the final stages of this one. And of course, as we all know about matters to do with football, things happen pretty quick. Sometimes you might be forced to make very drastic decisions at a very, very, very critical moment, like the one he made, omitting 2 players, and of course including 2 because 2 actually signed for foreign clubs, and by virtue of that they are not eligible to actually play for Kenya, and of course others actually signed to play in domestic league, the likes of Masood Juma. And of course, by virtue of that, given the fact that the coach knows the quality of players, some of whom he have worked with in their previous assignment, so it's just noble. It's good to see how the tactical, in terms of tactical wise, how the final reflection of the 11 team, the 11-man players will be taking part in the opener game, how he'll actually narrow down from 25 to 11. That is the most interesting thing that a lot of Kenyan and of course football enthusiasts will be eager and keen to see how the event will actually unfold, how he will select his final 11 players, the starting 11 out of 25. Sasa kibarua ni kwa Benny McCarthy. Still Matters Football, President William Ruto has affirmed his dedication to ensure that completion of Talanta Sports City Stadium, marking the first large-scale purpose-built international project in over 40 years. He stated that the stadium's construction is funded through domestic capital mobilization, demonstrating innovation and financial strength, and also emphasized that Talanta Sports City aims to host international tournament and develop local talent, restoring Kenya's reputation as a leading sports nation.
The Talanta Sports City marks Kenya's first large-scale, purpose-built international stadium project in more than 40 years. The last comparable undertaking was the construction of Moi International Sports Center Kasarani, completed in 1987 ahead of the All Africa Games. This modern, world-class complex is designed to host international tournaments, foster local talent, and restore Kenya's reputation as a sporting powerhouse. I commend the Nairobi Securities Exchange for the remarkable feat of facilitating 3 listings in a single month. This momentum reflects renewed energy, strong leadership, and strategic clarity.
Aya, habari ndio hiyo sasa. Talanta Sports Stadium, one of the game changer when it comes to sporting infrastructure in the country. The president says this one will actually stamp Kenya's authority as one of the dominant sporting house, not only in the country but in the region and of course in the world. And we just wait to see how the final product will look like, whether actually it will surpass expectations of a lot of guys. And of course, one interesting aspect is the cost of constructing. It's actually 44 billion, right? And there is some sort of discussion. Kumekuwa na uvumi. Wengine wanasema ni rumors. That the president says that the construction actually, the money that is being used to fund the construction of Talanta City Sport, or rather Talanta Stadium, is actually sourced locally. But the question is, the criteria used to source these funds and who will actually pay it and the cost of paying. Someone say that you will build it for 44 billion, and actually in the next 15 years, you will use actually 100 billion to pay. You see the math? Hiyo ndo the cost. They are saying ni rumors. Hatuko sure, lakini tutafuatilia maneno tujue mambo inaendaje, lakini rumors inasema hivyo. Sijui wewe unasema aje kuhusu hiyo maneno, lakini wengine wanasema kitu muhimu ni bora tukue na stadium. Well, stadium but at what cost? Anyway, tuone hiyo mambo. Story na income wewe Kenya Kenya ni ndoto. Unless something changes. But given the current scope and the current status that we find ourselves in as a country, well, we have lived long enough in Kenya to know that sometimes you can have a very beautiful stadium, but the input versus the outcome ni vitu viwili tofauti. Because when you build a stadium, probably maybe you build it with an aim of first, it will be used as a sporting venue, and it can actually bring in some sort of revenues so that it can support even the local teams, and of course the daily operation of sports activities in the country. So unless to come up with a very concrete structure that can lay down the procedure and framework of how as a country we can benefit from these infrastructures, then itasalia kuwa ndoto, na we might live long enough before actually that dream ikuwe realized. It will take a lot of a lot of benchmarking, a lot of research to make sure that at least we borrow a leaf from developed nations when you may try it and it can work. But for now wacha kwanza to focus on building the stadium to make sure that wakishaijenga first of all ime meet FIFA standards, international standard, na the 44 billion yenye imetumika kuijenga actually itakuwa reflected on that stadium. After hapo sasa ndo tunaweza ongea sasa story na sasa how can we tap tunaweza aje benefit from this stadium. Tunaweza enda or tunaweza invite our sister country like let's South Sudan tuambie, you know what guys, tuko na very beautiful stadium, you can come here and pay us to hold your international matches here, mnatulipa, then maybe tunatumia those funds to do some things yenye maybe itasaidia development of sports. Tunaweza amua kutumia the funds raised from such infrastructures and facilities to support our local, not our local league actually, but to actually nurture the upcoming footballers and of course marathoners in terms of developing in the youth infrastructure, sporting facilities, mambo kama hayo. Hiyo ni idea. Actually unajua pia sisi ni very critical stakeholders when it comes to matter sports. So if someone is listening, maybe anaweza borrow something from what I'm saying, advice hapa, we'll try kujaza ma 1-2-1-2, ndo maybe in the near future one day wanaweza reconsider how to tap from this very existing facilities and of course venues that we have in the country. All right, still matters football. Now with Kenya preparing to co-host the African Nations Championship, CHAN, and Africa Cup of Nations, AFCON 2027, the Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs and Sports, Salim Mvurya, has assured the country that the government will complete all stalled stadium in the country to be used for official matches and training.
Appearing before the Senate today, the Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs and Sports, Salim Mvurya, confirmed Kenya's readiness to host the African National Champions in Kasarani Stadium. According to Mvurya, Utalii College, Ulinzi and Police Sacco grounds will be used for training ahead of 2nd of August CHAN Championship.
For the African Nations Championship, CHAN, we have currently handed over Kasarani And in addition, we have 2 training grounds annexed to Kasarani. We have Annex 1 and Annex 2, which are training grounds for CHAN. We have equally handed over Ulinzi for training and Police Stadium, Police Circle Stadium for training, which we have also Utalii College grounds, which will also be part of CHAN. So that is the package.
With senators raising questions about the use of funds allocated for the new construction of Water Stadium in Makueni County with a seating capacity of 5,000, Mvurya assured that the 5 billion previously allocated shall be used for the project and no further funding will come from the National Treasury. The CS further clarified that water will not serve as a training venue during the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations, as it had not been assessed for the tournament.
In terms of the budget for this, we don't have a national treasury allocation. However, through Sports Kenya, we pay the certificates as we arise, because we have allocated, we have a total of around 5 billion of stadium investment. So right now, water has not been assessed for this kind of tournaments. However, we want to speed up completion. We want to resolve the technical challenges and make it ready, for other sporting activities. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
With regards to the concerns raised about the stall construction of several stadiums across the country, including Bukungu Stadium in Kakamega, Kiprugut Chumo Stadium in Kericho, and Olkalau Stadium in Nyandarua.
Number one, there were issues in Bukungu Stadium in Kakamega. Then we visited, we had a meeting with the county government and the technical team. And as we speak, Honorable Speaker, we resolved the issues around Bukungu and the contractor is on site. We agreed that the county government will be settling that one, as we also manage the 1.5 billion part of the spending that we'll do in Kakamega.
Nevertheless, Mvurya assured that the ministry has set aside 70 million shillings, which will be used to reward athletes who won titles but are yet to be honored. Edna Nerea, KUTV, Nairobi.
All right. There is something that mimi mwenyewe personally ningependa clarity. The Buhungu Stadium, I remember back then, I think President William Ruto and the then Sports Cabinet Secretary Ababu Namwamba gave assurance that Buhungu Stadium, the renovation of Buhungu Stadium, will be ready before CHAN. Well, CHAN is just 7 days away. Bado tunaongelea contractor sasa ndo ashafanyiwa mambo yake, sasa tumeagree itakuwa completed. Well, this narrative yenye tumezoea about when it comes to the construction of stadiums and renovation, I think hiyo ndio inaturudisha nyuma sana. Well, still, we find it very difficult to come to terms with the fact that the right to actually host 2 pool matches, we were stripped the right to actually host a Group D matches, and it was taken to Zanzibar. Do you know why? Because apparently Nyayo Stadium does not have enough training facilities. That was the reason. That was the main reason why atungeweza host Pool D matches, which was actually set to be played at Nyayo Stadium, because Nyayo Stadium does not have enough training facilities. When you look at Kasarani Stadium, tuko na, well, ukiangalia hapo Nyayo, tuko na, Kasarani Stadium, tuko na a lot of training facilities, good pitch and unaweza tumia kutrain before you can engage, before teams can actually play their matches. While Nyayo Stadium, we can only rely on Ulinzi Complex and probably inaitwaje? Not Stima Sacco, Police Sacco. Because of that, wakaona like because of that lack of enough training facilities, it was difficult for teams to actually train before they can take part in these very competitive matches. So as we head to 2027, will that be solved? Or rather, will that underlying issue, will it be resolved? Because remember, Kasarani Nyayo Stadium is a very critical infrastructure, one that is earmarked for hosting the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations alongside Talanta Stadium and Kasarani Stadium. Yes, eco-centrally placed. A lot of traffic in terms of when it comes to logistics, hotels, kila kitu iko sawa, lakini training facilities, hiyo ndo nightmare. Well, story ya wote mnajua ilianza long time ago. Hiyo hata tuwezi ongelea. But anyway, welcome to Kenya. I hope for the Sports Cabinet Secretary Salim Mvurya amepatiana assurance that Bohongo Stadium will be renovated in due course. Let's hope that this time round actually head will roll and construction will begin as initially planned. All right, now let's switch gears from matters football to golf. Over 100 golfers will be stretching their muscles at the highly anticipated KCB East Africa Golf Tour at the Lash Par 71 Kisi Golf Club this Saturday. The event will bring together golfers from different regions, or rather various counties, to battle it out for the KCB East Africa Golf Tour Grand Finale spot. The KCB Golf Tour series has already traversed 7 counties in Kenya and 2 other countries in East Africa region, that is Burundi and Uganda, to foster regional unity through sports. Haya, kutoka kwa mata gofu, turudi tena soka. Now, the Kenyatta University staff team was a no match for Kijabe Mission Hospital in corporate staff football tournament held at Kenyatta University main campus. KU are up to a flying start in their opening match before falling to Meru University in their second match. The one-day tournament brought together 10 teams from various institutions in the country, with the top 3 teams in each pool set to battle for a place in the quarterfinals.
So today's tournament is basically an invitational tournament, and the teams that have confirmed are 10 of them, largely from their institutions. We have Kenyatta National Hospital, we have Kijabe, we have USIU, we have Tharaka University, Meru University, coming to a total of 10, Puea and many others. The tournament is it's a sort of a league. Before we go to the quarters, the 3 teams will play against each other, so that the winner now gets to the quarterfinals. And at the end of this tournament, position 1, that is the winner, will lift the Victor's Cup, and position 2 will also get a cup. Basically, that is the brief of today's tournament.
So strategy ni norma. Unajua strategy, the biggest strategy is to win the tournament, but now that is broken down into per match, okay? So strategy per match, game ya kwanza tumeingia, tumewin. Normally first matches inakuanga a bit tricky because struggle game ya kwanza. So I have a pool of so many players hapa. Niko na my first 11 is quite good. Then I also have a second 11 which is also very good.
All right, so that is corporate staff football team, or rather football tournament. And of course, Group A, Kenyatta University staff football team is in Group A alongside Kijabe. Then Meru and of course those 3 pools. Pool A, 3 teams. Pool B, 3 teams. Pool C, 4 teams. So in Pool B, we have USIU versus that is TTI. Then we have Embu, and of course 3 teams, that is USIU, Embu, and of course TTI. Then in Group C, we have that is Pan-Africa, University of East Africa. Then we have Kenyatta National Hospital, Tharaka Nithi University, and Chuka. So that is the tournament. Remember, the top 3 teams will head to quarterfinals. Then from there, they proceed all the way to the semis and the finals, with the winner set to lift the trophy. So that is the tournament. It's a one-day tournament happening today currently at the Kenyatta University Sports Ground. That is the main campus. So kama uko within, you can stream in there and cheer your team, or just have a feel of football extravaganza sports. Pia wafanyikazi pia wanasema pia wao soka si wachache. Anyway, tusonge mbele. Now from matters football, still bado, now we want to take a look at some of the transfer sports. Now, Liverpool Football Club has officially confirmed the signing of French striker Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt on a 6-year contract. The Premier League giants secured the signings of the 22-year-old in a deal worth £79 million. Ekitike's arrival marks a major investment in Liverpool attacking option as the club continues to bolster its squad ahead of the new season. Known for his pace and clinical finish, Ekitike is expected to bring fresh energy and versatility to Ancelotti's front line at Anfield. All right. Well, hii transfer market, mateams zimeamua. Liverpool is splashing a lot of money. So far, they have spent £295 million to actually sign new players. And of course, they have already acquired the signings of Florian Wirtz. We have the likes of Ekitike, Bado, Isak is on their radar. And of course, Arsenal Pia, they are not joking. A couple of signings here and there. Gyökeres is another player that very soon, it's just a matter of time before he is confirmed to be official. The Gunners players. So the Gunners wanasema the market is actually doing wonderfully. Signing players, bringing in new reinforcement, letting others go. Na wanasema this time round they mean business. Wanasema hii ligi, kama si ligi, maybe ni champe. Well, the story of Arsenal, I can tell you from the year 204. For those who were born before 204 or after 204, you tell me. Uliona lini Arsenal ikibeba ligi? During your lifetime, umesupport Arsenal all those years. Wewe ushaona wakibeba ligi? Ushaona? Arsenal, the last 3 seasons actually is the closest wame come to not winning but kunusia ligi. There's a time we thought now this is the golden era. Arsenal waka fall second. They bottle it up. Ikakuja ingine number 2. Hii ingine. So what assurity do you have that this season mtabeba hii league? What make you think that after we shall try for actually over 20 years? Yeah. 2 decades bana. You try, una shoot blank bana. So this time round unadhani utaweza. Anyway, wacha tuone venye mtafanya hii mambo. Mnasema tumeshawapatia madweke. Ndio hiyo mnataka kuleta Yokores. Sijui tena mnataka sijui nani. Waleteni wote. Tuone kama mta lift your hopes high. Anyway, so our question of the day. Do you think Kenya or Harambee Stars has what it takes to actually challenge for the CHAN 2024? Do you think Harambee Stars has what it takes to challenge for CHAN 2024 championship? That is our question of the day. Keep talking to us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, you are coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV Kenya. You can tweet us on X at KUTV_Kenya at Auma Events, the hashtag to use on the spot. And we'll be sure to sample all of your feedback during and at the tail end of our show today. So you want to take a very short break. When you come back, we have a lined up. Actually, this is a very pregnant lineup that we have for you. We'll be talking about matters athletics. Remember, it's a 58-man squad. Nani yako ndani ya hiyo squad? Tutakuletea one by one from each category. From there, we had a very exclusive, a one-on-one interview with national champion, 800 meters national champion, that is Lilian Odira. She has already punched her ticket to the World Championship in Tokyo. So what is her expectation going forward? Ni wapi anafikiria kidogo before they head out to Japan? Probably some areas that she thinks she needs to improve. And what does she promise Kenyans? Because expectations are high. It's a very competitive field. Remember, this is 800 meters. We have the queen of the race herself, Mary Mora, alongside now another 4 Kenyans who will be taking part in this. So it's a very packed up lined up for Team Kenya in this 800 meters women race. And of course, we are eager and keen to see how the event unfolds. So that's another discussion that we promise is going to be very interesting. And of course, a lot of expectations hingers on this 58-man squad. It's a squad, a blended one, experience and upcoming. Talking about upcomings, remember in this 3,000 meters race, we have 2 youngsters, Faith Chepkoech, another promising star. We have seen her performance in the Diamond Leagues, breaking records, and of course challenging the likes of Winfred Yavi. And this is a promise of a good start, the beginning of a new dawn in this race that has actually elevated Kenya to some sort of higher heights. But for the recent years, we have really been missing on this one. Same case for men's 3,000 meters steeplechase. We have a youngster, that is Edmond Serem, alongside another veteran, Abraham Kibiwot. Now, these two will be tasked with the responsibility of going out and challenging the Moroccan Siofan El Bakali for the crown of 3,000 meters steeplechase. It's a big assignment. The country is waiting, and of course, they have our full support. So you can imagine the assignment ahead. Okay, so wacha tuchukue hii short break. When we come back, plenty more to follow, including a roundup and a review of the very crazy transfer market, both locally and internationally.
This year, North Coast Beach Hotel has exciting holiday offers just for you. Whether you're planning a July escape, an August family break, or a magical Christmas getaway. For July special, book 2 nights and get 1 night absolutely free, all for just 17,314 Kenya shillings per person sharing on half board, as you enjoy access to free swimming, a fully equipped gym, guided reef walks, and a complimentary sauna session for each booking. For August family offer, make memories with your loved ones at only 11,543 Kenya shillings per person sharing for a 2-night stay on half board. There's free family entertainment, fun indoor games, and lots of activities for children, plus a 10% discount on all extra services during your stay. For the December Christmas holiday, celebrate your festive season in paradise. Book before 31st October to enjoy our exclusive Christmas deal. Stay 3 nights between 23rd December and 2nd January 2026 at only 34,628 Kenya shillings per person sharing on half board. And for our flexible payment plan, take advantage of our lipa mdogo mdogo and pay in easy installments. Call us today to book on 0722 209 458 or 0733 409 430 or email info@northcoastbeachhotel.com. North Coast Beach Hotel, your home in paradise.
Are you ready to take charge of your health? Welcome to Focus on Health, your weekly guide to staying informed and living better. Join me every week as I sit down with trusted medical experts.
Gynecology is basically a field concerned with mainly the female genitalia.
Explore real-life stories
during when the patient come in,
and bring you updates and tips that are beneficial to your health. Because health isn't just important, it is everything. Tune in to Focus on Health every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on KUTV. I'm your host, Kandia Marian, and I'll see you then.
Na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuwini. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimwele.
All right, welcome back. This is the second segment of On the Sports Show. This is where we get a little bit of sporty. And talking about sporty, remember this on Tuesday, actually, Athletics Kenya held its trials to select a team that will represent the country in the upcoming World Championship in Tokyo, Japan, this coming September. And of course, after that trial, the final squad that will represent the Kenya, it's a 58-man squad. And of course, headlined by 3 times Olympic champion and world champion Faith Kipyegon. She'll be taking part in the 15,000 meters and 5,000 meters. That is a very, it's a heavy duty for her too. She'll be taking part in 2 events, the 5,000 and 15,000 meters. Similar thing she did in Paris 2024 Olympics, where she gave a stab to 2 events, the 15,000 meters and 5,000 meters, where she settled for silver in the 5,000 meters, a race that was won by Beatrice Chebet. The two will be facing each other yet again for the second time in a very competitive fixture, or beg your pardon, fixture or whatever. Inaweza kuwa pia ni fixture, because they'll be coming up head to head together. So it's a very packed up race, And the dominance now, the competition is not about Beatrice Chebet versus Faith Kipyegon, but remember, for far too long, Kenya's competitors have always been our brothers and sisters from Ethiopia, and all is at stake. However, in the recent outing, Kenya is slowly reclaiming the lost glory. Remember, in this 10,000 and 5,000 meters, kitambo tulikuwa tunaionea view sasa, but this time round, now thanks to Beatrice Chebet, Kenya is not only winning medals but breaking records, and that is the most important thing, that we can actually be proud as a nation that we have someone mwenye anakari Kenyan flag high in this the long races. The only area yenye bado kidogo hatujapata formula is in the men's 5,000 and 10,000 meters that is currently being dominated by the Ugandans. Talk about Joshua Cheptegei, the king of 10,000 meters, 5,000 meters, and this time round it will take a lot of hard work and of course skills to make sure that we outshine the Ugandans in this race. So the game plan going to this Tokyo World Athletics Championship should be how to reclaim the lost glory. Remember, we have a very bad history when it comes to 10,000 meters. I remember the times of the likes of the former National Olympic Committee of Kenya President Paul Tergat, when they were competing with the likes of Haile Selassie. Remember ilikuanga ni competition between the two, and in this 10,000 meters tume lag behind for far too long, and it dates back to decades of trying and missing out on this one. So we'll be trying to see kama probably maybe this time round try to now overturn the tables, because competition imetoka from Ethiopia, now currently being held by the Ugandans in these 10,000 and 5,000 meters. So this time round, if we can be able to at least overturn the table, then that will be a good sign that actually we are rising steadily and reclaiming our lost glory. Same case to 3,000 meters steeplechase. There's a race that has been dominated by Moroccan Siofan El Bakali from the Tokyo Olympic all the way to World Athletics Championship in Budapest to Paris Olympics. Well, tumejaribu lakini tuna fall short of glory to do that. Lakini tuko na youngster mwenye ana show a lot of promising in the name of Edmond Serem. The question is he the future? Is he the savior? The redemptor? In this one, tutangoja tuone mambo itakuwaje. Anyway, now the 58-man squad, pretty quick. Let's begin with women. Tuone like nani atakuwa ana represent Kenya in which category. In athletics, Kenya of course has named 58 traveling man squad. The big Kenyan names are obvious. Faith Kipyegon. In that particular race, we have the likes of Beatrice Chebet, Paris Chepchirchir, that is in the marathon. Then we have the likes of Emmanuel Wanyonyi in that one. But in the women's category, you can see there clearly when it comes to 400 meters race, ni nani atakuwa anawakilisha kikosi cha Kenya all the way to marathon, where we have the likes of Paris Chepchirchir in that similar fashion. Then in the 800 meters, it's a very crowded field with the likes of Mary Mora, Sarah Mora, Lillian Odira, and of course among other names that have made it to that particular category. And of course that is Team Kenya squad for that women's category. And of course in the 1500 meters we have the undisputed queen of 1500 meters, that is Faith Kipyegon. Of course alikuwa na wild card, that's why unaona like we have many names in that category. And we hope that in the podium finish, probably it reflect that Kenya 1, 2, 3 podium finish, that is a clean sweep. Well, we hope maybe things itakuwa that way. Then that will be a great honor to Kenya. In the 15 meters women's race, same case to 5,000 meters, where we have Beatrice Chebet. Remember, she is double Olympic champion in the 10,000 and 5,000 meters in that same field. And of course, this time round in the 5,000 meters, she'll be up against Faith Kipyegon. She'll be trying this for the second time. Two of Kenya's most decorated athletes coming up against each other head to head on that one. A clean sweep for Kenya, well, that will be added advantage. But a podium finish for Kenya, that is quite amazing. Last time, tuliona like it was Faith versus Beatrice Chebet. Eventually, Beatrice Chebet won the race in 5,000 meters, followed by Faith Kipyegon second. So it was gold for Kenya and silver for Kenya in the 5,000 meters women in Paris Olympics in 2024. And of course, Beatrice Chebet will still eyeing 10,000 meters in that same category. And we wish our ladies the very best, even as they endeavor to bring the best and to bring glory to Team Kenya. Same case now, that is women's category. Na wacha tuangalie kitengo cha wanaume ndume inakaaje. Hiyo kitengo inakaaje na who will be making to that particular squad. And of course, from 100 meters, took on one of our very own, that is Ferdinand Omanyala, the sole representative in that 100 meters. Then 400 meters, we have George Mutinda, Brian Tinega, and Kevin Kipkoril. They will be representing Kenya in the 400 meters. Then in the 800 meters, we have Emmanuel Wanyonyi, very promising star. He's doing wonderfully kwa hizo races. Tumeona kwa Diamond Leagues, the guy Kavni, upward trajectory. Very good stuff there. Setting records in this Diamond League. And of course, he will be eyeing to break David Rudisha's record. So that is the target that Emmanuel Wanyonyi has for this particular World Athletics Championship, even as he prepared to represent the country in the Tokyo World Athletics Championship. And of course, in that same line, he will be the competition will be against Nicholas Kiplangat and Kiplangat Kibenei and Kevin Loti. So Kenya will be sending 3 representatives in 800 meters men. And of course, in the 15,000 meters, we have Faniel Kipkosgei Koech, and of course, Raymond Cheriot and Timothy Cheriot. Those are the 3 men tasked with the responsibility of representing Kenya in the 15,000 meters race. And of course, the likes of Timothy Cheriot, they have very experienced when it comes to these races, that I think for the last 2 to 3 seasons has been dominated by the likes of has been dominated by, I think, the guys from Norway. So Africa kidogo kwa 15,000 meters kidogo wamelegeza kiasi, but this time round it's a new dawn for them to try something new and to see if they can actually challenge for this title. And of course, in the 3,000 meters steeplechase, up and tuko na our youngster Edmond Serem. This is the brother of Amos Serem. He is under 20 world champion, and he has transitioned now to the senior squad, and he will be flying Kenyan flag in the 3,000 meters steeplechase. In the trials, he emerged first, and you can see this is actually where Kenya can actually peg their hopes on this one. Then we have Simon Kiprop Koech and Abraham Kibiwot. So 3 men will be tasked with the responsibility of making sure that they go and challenge Moroccan Siofan El Bakali in the 3,000 meters steeplechase. Then in the 5,000 meters, Kenya has a sole representative in the name of Nicholas Kipkorir. He is only Kenyan who will be taking part in the 5,000 meters race. And of course, in the 10,000 meters race, Kenya will be represented by Edwin Kurgat, Ishmael Kipkirui, and Benson Kiplangat in the 10,000 meters. So those are the representative of Kenya in the 10,000 meters race for men. Then in the marathon category, we have Vincent Kipkemoi Ngetich, Eric Kiplangat Sang, and Kennedy Kimtai alongside Hilary Kipkoech. Of course, Kipkoech is an alternative, a reserved athlete. In case of maybe either of the 3 don't make it, then he will go as an alternative marathoner in that category. Then in the 400 meters hurdles, we have Weisman Were, the sole representative. And of course, javelin, we have Julius Yego, another sole representative. Remember, Julius Yego will be eyeing to at least make it to a podium finish after a disappointing outing in Paris, where he did not manage to actually finish in the podium bracket. So that is a very 58-man strong squad for Team Kenya, for both men and women in various categories that Kenya qualified in the 2025 World Athletics Championship that will be held in Tokyo. And of course, we had a very interesting one-on-one discussion with Lillian Odira. She'll be taking part in the 800 meters race alongside Mary Mora, the disputed queen of 800 meters. And of course, she'll be going head-to-head with her first cousin, Sarah Mora. This is how the conversation went down.
KUTV, first of all, congratulations for the race. How do you feel so far punching the ticket to represent the country, the Tokyo World Championship? So much, Lillian, for making time to talk to KUTV. First of all, congratulations for the race. How do you feel so far punching the ticket to represent the country, the Tokyo World Championship?
Okay, first of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank my coach and my family. I'm grateful. This is a great honor, and I don't take it for granted. I think I'm happy about making it to the team that will be heading to Tokyo, because it isn't an easy job. It was a competitive race, so it needed a lot of tactics. So I'm grateful. Yeah.
You have been having a very impressive, performance, especially this season, winning 2 nationals championship. And now that the big prize is here, when you reflect on your performance from the beginning of the season until right now, do you think you are up to par, and what is required to actually compete in a very competitive level?
I think my season has been so good. I've had a very smooth progress. I started with the cross country. I did a lot of cross-country meetings, and I even did the Siriko and the National. I did a 10 kilometers during the cross-country. I did the World Indoors, the window meetings. So I think the season has been running on well, and I have been working a lot on my endurance, and so far we're very perfect on endurance, the speed endurance. So going to Tokyo, we're going to work on our speed. We're going to back with my coach. We sit down and we see what's next for Tokyo. Yeah.
Right. This is a very competitive race in the women's 800 meters. Probably just talk to us about your game plan now that already the ticket is secured. Going forward, what should we expect from you?
Okay, I've secured the ticket, yes, but I think we're going back with my coach. We sit down, we make another program heading to Tokyo, because we've been doing the program towards trial, how to make it to the team. So far we've made the team, so we're going back to the drawing board. We work towards Tokyo. Then after that, maybe we'll talk about Tokyo later. Yeah.
And now talking about which areas do you think you need to improve?
even as you go back to the drawing board, as you prepare for this big assignment?
Okay, so far we're going to work on speed. Have checked my endurance. My speed endurance is perfect. So I think we're just going to go back with my coach to the training and we work on pure speed. Yeah, being that this is now an international level, we have to have enough speed, enough endurance and mentality, good mentality. Yeah.
The fact that at least will be more than 3 Kenyans actually flying the Kenyan flag in Tokyo, just how special is it for you guys this particular moment?
I think it is a very good motivation to us because you see Mora has got the wild card and now I think we'll be going for ladies and that is an advantage to us because we're going to work as a team and we see what is possible for us during Tokyo. Yeah.
And for your fans who are following up, what's this special message that you want to leave to them?
Okay, I want to thank my fans so much. I want to thank the team that is behind my support. They've been giving me a lot of motivation because I've been pushing just because they believe on me. So I've never wanted to let them down. So I'm so grateful and I'm thankful to them. Yeah.
Lillian, we wish you all the best, even as you endeavor to bring success to Kenya.
Thank you so much.
All right, so that was a one-on-one conversation with Lillian Odira. Remember, she's among the 800 meters representative of Kenya, alongside Mary Mora and Sarah Mora. They will be representing the country, 4 of them in that category. And as you can see, she has actually laid down some of the areas and, of course, tactics and the game plan ahead of the Tokyo 2025 World Athletics Championship, where she thinks she really needs to improve before she can step on that pitch and try this thing and, of course, probably win Kenya her first medal. That is in terms of competitive nature, her first medal for herself and, of course, for Kenya. In this 800 meters race that is very crowded with the Kenyan athletes, and of course she'll be facing another very stiff competition from other athletes who we might dare say to call them creme de la creme when it comes to this global competition. All right, so that is as far as the 58-man squad is concerned, and now you know nani atakuwa anapeperusha bendera ya Kenya huko Tokyo ifikapo September, and we wish our team all the best as they go out there to win medals for Kenya. Now, I want us to transition now to CHAN, the 2024 CHAN Championship, and this is a very interesting tournament. I know, like, adrenaline is quite high right now kwa wale wafuasi wa soka wanaoenzi soka. I know, like, it's just a matter of time, 7 days to be precise. Tickets still I think tickets bado watu wanaendelea kununua. Tickets hapo inaenda 200 kwa ma regulars, but of course my VIPs huko, you know, yenye iko a little bit higher. But know this know this before now I can break down the ticket. Know this, the last time to buy ticket will be the last day, I mean a day before the first match. So there'll be no buying ticket I think on the day of tournament. So you need to buy your ticket as early as now ndo kuwe secured, because during that time you'll not be allowed to buy ticket. So early birds, the sooner the better for you, the earlier the better. So make sure, like, you grab your ticket and turn out in large numbers to support your team as you make your way to Kasarani Stadium. Uone venye Kasarani imekuwa renovated, venye inakaa supu, and bring a lot of love, cheers, because Kenya will be up against DRC Congo. By the way, DRC Congo alongside Morocco are the most dominant teams when it comes to this competition. They have won it twice. So you can imagine how Harambee Stars will be needing your support, your moral support. Prayers, of course, because it's not easy. Group A, that's a pool of death. 2 times champions, Morocco. 2 times champions, DRC Congo. And of course, they'll be opening their campaign against DRC Congo. Then we have Angola hapo. And Zambia pia mmesahau. So Kenya could proceed to the next level. Probably wakitoka to the group stage, waende to the knockout stage. Hiyo nayo ni miujiza, ni maombi, ni miracle, and of course your moral support, because it's not easy. As you can see, Group A, we have Angola hapo, and Kenya, of course, the host nation iko in Group A, alongside Angola, DRC Congo, and then Morocco and Zambia. So all Pool A matches will be played in Kenya. And wacha tuende pia niwaonyeshe Pool B. Pool B, we have Burkina Faso, we have Central African Republic, tuko na Madagascar hapo, Mauritania, and of course the host nation Tanzania. Well, hii group C ngumu sana. Tanzania inaweza nini? Tanzania inaweza bahatika kiplani. Then Group C, Group C matches will be held in Uganda. So in Group C, tuko na Algeria, we have Guinea, we have Niger, South Africa, and of course the host nation Uganda. Si mbaya. Group si mbaya vile, si mbaya. Then Group D. So Group D, we have the likes of Group D actually will be held in Zanzibar, and in Group D tuko na Congo, Nigeria, Senegal, and Sudan in that Group D. So from hapo sasa, now let me give you the optics. Now, Benny McCarthy has named a 25-man squad in readiness for this CHAN. So in this squad, let's see who made it. Let's begin with goalkeeper. Tuone ni nani ako at the heart of taking care of Harambee Stars goalkeeping department. Now, goal new signings, that is Byron Omondi is among the keepers who have been selected by Benny McCarthy. Then Sharks, Kariobangi Sharks, Sebastian Wekesa, and experienced Bandari goalkeeper, that is Farouk Shikalo, are among the 3 goalkeepers who have been selected by Benny McCarthy to headline Harambee Stars squad in this CHAN 2024 championship. So that is the goalkeeping department. Now let's take a look at defenders. Kwa defenders, tuko na Sylvester Owino and Alphonse Omija, both for Gor Mahia. Then we have the likes of Daniel Sakari and Abud Omar for Kenya Police, and ex-Bandari left back Siraj Mohammed. Tusker FC's player, that is Michael Kibwenge, and KCB pair of Mazur Suleiman and Kevin Okumu. And we have FC Leopards Lewis Bandi complete a solid backline, and that is in the defense. Now in the midfield, we have another Gor player, that is Gor Mahia star Ben Stanley, Alphonse Onyango, and Austin Odhiambo headline the selection alongside Kenya Police Brian Musa and Marvin Nabwire. Actually, Benny McCarthy has selected Gor Mahia and Kenya Police in the heart of midfield, because the likes of Ben Stanley, Alphonse Onyango, and Austin Odhiambo, those are goal players. Then Brian Musa and Kevin Abwire, they play for Kenya Police. So in the midfield, it seems it's Gor and Kenya Police, basically champions and runners up. Wengine pengine wangoje time yao anyway. Ama wakuwe wafuasi kama sisi wa support team Anyway, either way, hata wakienda Grawa support team, hiyo bado ni support. Wangekuwa Grawa akicheza pia, it's a service to the nation. We need them, especially ukiangalia hiyo very tricky fixture. We need their prayers, we need their support. Them being there, wakicheer their fellow colleagues, be like, don't worry, mambo itakuwa sawa. Hiyo pia ni another support. Anyway, in the attack line, let's take a look at the attack line who made it to Benny McCarthy attack line front. Now the attack promises a firepower with Tuskers, Ryan Ogam, Police FC Mohamed Bajaber, and of course Ulinzi's Boniface Mushiri and Bandari's David Sakwa joining the mix. Masood Juma and Poster Rangers forward Felix Oluoch Mboya. These are the players who will be leading Harambee Stars attack line. Remember, Masood Juma and of course Felix Oluoch Mboya are the latest inclusion of this Benny McCarthy squad. Remember, their inclusion in the squad follows the withdrawal of Moses Shuma and of course Emmanuel Osoro, who have both signed for Zambia's Dynamo Powers, and by virtue of that they are not eligible to take part in this CHAN because CHAN is a preserve of local best players. By the way, one thing that you need to know about CHAN is not a FIFA sanctioned tournament. It's just a normal tournament to give local best players an opportunity to showcase their talent and of course kujimarket wajiuze, because after CHAN there is players wenye watapata opportunity to trade their services in foreign leagues. So that is the essence of CHAN, just to expose local talent and to see which league is actually doing better, because remember, the players that will be playing CHAN are local best players that are playing in their domestic leagues. So it's a good avenue. So aina hike mingi mbwembwe sijui nini. Tournament yenyewe hata itambuliki na FIFA, lakini ni good avenue. Ni ukweli tuseme haitambuliki na FIFA, lakini it's a good platform kwa mavijana kushowcase their talent, na after hapo utapata like pengine za cabbage na unga zinaweza patikana in another land. Hiyo ndio essence of this CHAN. Alright, so Benny McCarthy alikuwa na a few things to iron out. Remember, Kenya was supposed to take part in the Four Nations tournament alongside Uganda, Tanzania and Senegal. They withdrew a day before the kickoff. So he had something to say about that, and of course the preparation, and of course the late inclusion and omission. Some said that I'm a player wenye ume-include in the final stage ulifosiwa si wako. Well, maybe federation ilikuchuzia, and Benny McCarthy was very clear, akasema like, the squad selection is my preserve, that's my work, it's me ndo na decide wewe utacheza, utapata namba hautapata namba, mimi ndo coach. So that very exclusive and a very amazing insight of what to expect. Also pia maplayer walikuwa na a little bit of reaction given the fact that hiyo group yenye wako si mchezo, na pressure pia iko juu unacheza home na uwezi taka kufumble. Anyway, so wacha tusikize what the coach and the players had to say about this CHAN 2024 championship.
Tanzania was just a misfortune. You know, I think we went there with good intentions, but unfortunately, for football reasons, football decisions, it wasn't according to our satisfactory. So yeah, the team and the technical team, we came together and we just said that, you know, we think very highly of ourselves. We want to have the best preparation for CHAN. We want to be ready for CHAN, and if we were to continue in the tournament, I think it would have set us back majorly. Probably losing players to injuries because the conditions was just not favorable for us to work in an environment where we'll be able to keep all our players fit and to play at the highest and the best level that we expect from ourselves. So because of those reasons, we felt that it was probably best for the safety reasons for the players and the well-being of the players. For everyone involved in the squad that was there, that it was best just not to participate and to come back and to have the best possible training last bit of camp left that will give us optimize our chances, because the group that we're in, it's a group of death, and if we're not properly prepared, we're going to have shortcomings, and people will ask questions. Where we were meant to train was really not ideal, and we were going to basically have 7 days there and have 2 days of good training session and 5 days of looking at each other, high-fiving each other, and then hoping that we'll be able to come back and compete and do the best that we can in Chan. So because of those reasons, we as a team, we stuck together and we said that if the conditions aren't favorable, then we're rather back in Kenya where we do have the facilities and the right training pitches to train and maximize our sessions and our planning so that we can be ready for Chan. So that was the main reason, football reasons, nothing else. Very confident. I saw something that I don't think I've seen before in Kenya, or these are the things that the Spains, the Germany, the Englands, the France of today, they have the unity, the team spirit, the togetherness. That's what I saw in Tanzania. Because it wasn't easy, was difficult, and for you to, as a team, to come together and say that this is not what we signed up for, and we expect and we deserve better of ourselves. And as a team, they came together and they came to speak with me and says that, Coach, we have to make a decision, and they took it as a team together. And when you see that, then without training even, we can go and we can fight, because the way they have each other's back and the way they fight for one another and they know what they want as a team. I wish the tournament could start tomorrow, because I know this team is ready for anything, for what we've gone through and what we showed to unity and just the hunger and ambition, So that was second to none. So I'm very pleased with the mental side of things from the team, where they at. And today, our first training session back from 3 days in the wilderness. So, and this is what you get. So I'm super excited for what's to come, because now the boys are. The intensity was fantastic after not training, not kicking a ball for 3 days. So I'm pleased and I'm happy with our progress. But like I said, we still got 10 more days to even improve, to even get even better as a team. These were the players have been now for 2 weeks that we've been together. And every single player has been here for 2 weeks except for Felix, that's joined, because we played a friendly match against who was the combined team, and he was standout. He was a standout player, and if you have a player that is that good, then we as a technical team, we've missed to select him during the regular season. But what we saw in that friendly game was more than enough to convince us that we can add another player into the squad. So he was the one that came in. But if you have specific names that you want to throw at me and that you see here in the team, you're more than welcome to name them. Bajabe, I think Bajabe is ready to integrate with the team, but as precautionary measures, because I don't want to, player have to take his time to get in, and he's one of those players that you give every possibility. If you can get him ready for any match, you want to have him in your squad. So I think we give him as much time as possible. He does his own programs with the fitness trainers and the gym sessions and that, so that he doesn't miss a lot of fitness. So he trains hard outside. But I think when the time is right, when we feel that now is the right time to integrate him and let him start playing and training with the rest of the group, we will do that. But it's just so that we can have every possibility come the first game, that you want to have the best players in Kenya available to take that pitch and then give the team every chance of qualifying, of winning the games in the competition. So that's what we're doing with Bajaba. And Masood Juma, yes, he was another player that was communicated to us that he was back in Kenya, and then he signed with second division. I'm not sure if it's second or first division team, so that he was eligible to play. And if I wanted to include him in the squad, I am more than welcome to do so, because he is registered to the league and is eligible to play. And obviously he's a player that I know of his qualities. I had him in the international camp in the group. He played a huge part for me in the team. But as a coach, when I coached in South Africa, I was the one who signed him for Cape Town City. So I know the qualities of Juma, and I know when you have that type of quality available, then you would not be a smart coach if you don't include such players, if you can have them available for the national team. You know, if you're going to get punished, you want to win so that you don't get punished. So it's all about creating winning mentality, winning team, winning spirit, because when you train to win, because what you do in training, you do in the match as well. So I think what I just try and make players understand, that every single training session should be taken as serious as a match. And when you go on a match day, you go on that pitch because you want to win. You're going to give everything. So I'm expecting that my training sessions is also exactly the same intensity, the same mindset, the same mentality. So yeah, if you lose, then there's capital punishment, and believe you me, you do it one time, then you don't want to do it again, because it's not, hey, just friendly, we have a joke, we have a laugh. After you do your punishment, then we laugh. So I think, yeah, the players now, they're starting to understand. So the trainings is more intense, more hard, because nobody wants to lose, which is what you want.
Hakuna effect imekam, spirits kwa camp, sit ko ready. As long as hiyo ilikuwa preparation ya CHAN, so si bado preparation inaendelea. So we are on, we are up to it. Task iko hapa mbele ni CHAN, focus iko tu kwa CHAN. Hakuna kitu imeshift. Ni tu kuwa psyched up, kusaidia hao wengine, pia kuwapatia moral, kuwa motivate. Hakuna kitu ngumu, ni part of learning, ni career yetu, so lazima tuzitackle tu. Hakuna ati timu ngumu, pia si ni ngumu tu. Ukiangalia wamechagua the best of the best kwa country. So hiyo experience itasaidia. Kwa ball kuna levels, naweza sema as long as pia tunacheza local league, we are professional players. So tukitoka hapa tukienda kwingine lazima watu treat we professional, because we are professional players. Hakuna timu mchezaji ni wabidi kwa ni nini. Watu treat tu vile utatreat wachezaji wao, because ukiangalia I think ilikuwa in terms ya levels of professionalism. So they need to treat us as professionals.
Ni ambition ya kila mchezaji ku represent country. Kucheza local football na represent country pia ni privilege poa sana, because most of our players sasa wanacheza foreign based teams. So local player ukipata chance kwa team ya national team yenyu unaichukua kama chance kwako, because ni hard sana kupata local player na kupata chance kwa national team na kuna foreign based players. I'm lucky that most of the midfielders called up for the national team. Nime play now at some point, so na feel hiyo jelly haiko mbaya sana, because at some point tumecheza nao, so niko happy sana, nasema niko lucky ku have players nimecheza nao at some point. It's a pressure on me and every attacker because for the team to win we must score a goal. So hiyo ni pressure. Now it's not the first time, so Gor Mahia has a lot of fans and that's a lot of pressure playing for Gor Mahia. So I think to me, I'm used to that pressure and I'll just have to do my best. As a player, my plan is to help the national team win the cup because it's on our home soil and it's every Kenyan's dream to win it at first time. So as a player, to me, I'm focused on CHAN and I want to help my team win the CHAN tournament.
Miti miti, panda panda. Our planet's future is in our hands. However, there is a threat to the brightness of this tomorrow. On EarthCheck, we share the challenges, the solutions, and the hope.
I would call this a very momentous day, a very critical day.
Every episode, every story, every step we take creates a ripple. Join me, the environmentalist Emmanuel Kutosi, on KUTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and be part of EarthCheck. Welcome.
Imagine a world where you are empowered to take charge of your health, where you are well informed about the latest advancements in healthcare and understand the policies that impact your well-being. Get ready to take charge of matters your health as we bring you a blend of weekly health features that engage professionals from across various medical fields.
When do you decide as a patient, do I need to go see the doctor? We are at a stage where we are seeing all this manner of chronic illnesses and we wait until we get a disease and then is when we go ahead.
From the most mundane to the complexities that perhaps seem overwhelming, we got you covered.
In terms of the factors that might be attributed, there are hereditary factors that means it could be genetic, so that's one factor. But there are other factors as well, like nutritional deficiencies. So some vitamins such as folate have been identified to be a factor in those. So
our mission is to break down intricate health topics into understandable and actionable insights. Join me, Yvonne Kimuma, every Wednesday 9 p.m. on KUTV's News at 9, where your health is our priority. Are you ready to take charge of your health? Welcome to Focus on Health, your weekly guide to staying informed and living better. Join me every week as I sit down with trusted medical experts.
Gynecology is basically a field concerned with mainly the female genitalia.
Explore real-life stories
during when the patient come in
and bring you updates and tips that are beneficial to your health. Because health isn't just important, it is everything. Tune in to Focus on Health every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on KUTV. I'm your host, Kandia Marian, and I'll see you then.
Right, well, welcome back. This is the third segment of On the Sports Show. And we want to take you through some of the transfer markets, transfer news, zile news moto, and of course to help me unpack this is Elkana ule mkali.
Kali ni kali.
Unasemaje?
Niko salama sana. Yeah. Tuko hapa tuone.
Naona umekuja na bunde, the Gunners.
Yeah, hatusemi next season anyways.
Next season amshikiki.
We are speaking of this season.
Oh, this season.
Yes, this season. Yeah, not next season.
Mesema hakuna kufire blank tena.
Hakuna. We can't take that anymore.
Na naona mnapenda sana players wa Chelsea. Nataka kutukopi.
Hiyo ni Ateta.
Tumewa inspire bana. Conference League champions of the world. Mambo ni swafi on our side. And it's good to lead from the front. And as our neighbors, tunawapatia pia some notes. Pia tunawasaidia penye mnalemewa kidogo. Ndo mambo namna that. Anyway, so let's talk about matters transfer. Na hata hapa pia Kenya tuko na the transfers, the local transfers pretty fast. Tumeona pia market iko a little bit crazy. Mambo ina happen. The likes of Gor Mahia pia wana flex their muscle. Wanataka to make sure like they actually boost their squad. So in the local transfer, let's begin with the first signing. Brian Omondi signs for Gor Mahia from Bandari FC. That is in the Kenya Premier League. So that is Brian signs for Gor Mahia from Bandari FC. Remember, this is the first signings, and already pia me earn a call up to take part in the CHAN, representing or rather flying the Kenyan or the Kenyan flag, or rather Harambee Stars flag in this CHAN championship. And another signing, Eric Kapaito returns to Tusker FC from Namungo FC in Tanzania. And that is, remember, he was a former Tusker FC player, 2 times Golden Boot winner. He returns now from Tanzania, now he rejoins Tusker FC.
Yes, true.
He was one of the most lethal strikers in the Kenya Premier League during his days before he signed Tanzania. Another signing, Masood Juma signs for Migori Youths. Is it a story from grass to grace?
To grace.
Because Migori Youths wanacheza National Super League. This is very decorated striker, if you ask me, one of the attackers. He's just 29 years old. During his prime time, play for 8 teams in different nationalities. Amecheza Saudi, amecheza Libya, amecheza South Africa, amecheza pia Qatar. Like, there's a player mwenye travel in terms of traveling. Now he's now back home. That is Masood Juma. Then the likes of Moses Shuma signs for Dynamo Power of Zambia from Kakamega Homeboys. Remember, Moses Shuma was one of the most promising stars. No wonder the likes of Dynamo from Zambia, they have decided to now go for his services, because in the 2024-2025 season,
17 goals.
17 goals.
Yeah.
Ameshine. Actually, amekuwa very instrumental in Kakamega Homeboys squad. And, well, wanasema chanda chema uvishwa pete.
Yes, I see a very great future in that young man. Yeah, I know the exposure, maybe he can follow the roots of Aldrin Kibet. Yeah.
Same case with another very promising talent, Emmanuel Osoro from Talanta. Yeah, alongside with Moses Shuma, they have signed for Dynamo.
Yeah.
Dynamo of Zambia, Dynamo Power of Zambia. Another good striker.
16 goals, 7 assists last season.
This is an asset.
Yeah, and he's very young. I think he's 19 years. Yeah, so another young and talented guy from Kenya, very promising.
And they were part of Benny McCarthy's plan. And this the CHAN championship. Remember,
that's a setback.
The omission does imefanya the likes of Masood Juma wamepata call up now to the national team. So it can tell you like these are very promising players when you're gonna plenty to offer to the country, and of course even they have plenty to offer in their their career. Very young, promising players with skills, and of course they score goals, and this is what we need even in our country. It's such a pity that we will miss their services, especially in the the championship,
especially at this time when their momentum is now, they are gaining momentum in that striking force.
Anyway, but we have the likes of Ogam in that area, so another young player when I may prove to be very lethal striker, very promising. Had it not been for the injury Enyal sustained, then probably about talking about now the golden boot, the discussion ingekuwa now, the race ingekuwa in a boil down to him, because shown a lot of potential in this season, the 2024-2025 season. So another very key and promising players.
Yeah, and I like the way Ben McCarthy has called the forwards, because there's a very, very stiff competition for those positions. So I think these players will have to prove themselves so that you can get that position, because I know Masood Juma may take
time.
No. Okay, Masood Juma will have an easy time to the first 11. I was seeing Ben McCarthy say so, because I think he has he is an experienced striker. So maybe he will be in the team to inspire the young players who are in the squad.
Masood Juma actually, he's international player, Harambee Stars international player. You remember during his time representing the country, we have seen him play in many national call-up. And this is a player that prior to his call-up to the national team for this CHAN, I think Benny McCarthy had a privilege of working with Masood Juma during his time in South Africa. So he's a player with vast experience, if you ask me. He has a lot to offer for this team. And when you look at the balancing of balancing young players and of course experienced ones, so that blended version is something that will add another flavor to the team. So Masood Juma inclusion is a good one for me, if you ask me, because this is a player that has plenty to offer, given the fact that we still have a couple of players that will be learning from the experience of the likes of Masood Juma. So it's not a bad call-up.
Yeah, because having such a player in the team, he will lead the young players, he will guide them and show them how to go about it. So having such players in the camp, I think maybe will give Kenya a very, very great opportunity maybe to get somewhere now that we are hosting.
All right. Now let's switch now to the international transfers. As an Arsenal fan, this transfer, I can see you guys are really flexing your muscles. The latest update from Gyökeres.
Yes, Victor Gyökeres.
When do we expect him?
Victor Gyökeres has already succeeded his medical. So anytime he'll be joining the rest of the squad. For the preseason matches. And one thing about signing Victor Gyökeres, it's what making us say that it's this season, not next season, because he's a very, very lethal striker. And I know everyone knows it, because I saw after Gyökeres was signed, many people, especially for the rivals, that is Man U, Chelsea, for the top, that is. They were trying to say, there's the other side of Gyökeres which you don't show us. But to be honest, there's a good striker, 27 years old. So he got the experience. He was in Premier League, played for Brighton, back to Sporting, and now he's back to win the league, to win Champions League. Do you think
this is another flop that will come and just flop? Because by the... Mimi sijai kuwa convinced with the signings from Portuguese league. I think the only success story, you remember when Liverpool signed Nune? Well, the hype was
Yeah.
Well, this is a player mwenye sijui amescore 39 goals nini atakuwa akakuja huku my friends. Uliona vile really happened. And the script it's just same. Unless maybe sidhani kama we'll get another Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, we have Ronaldo, we have Bruno. So Sporting produces some quality players, by the way. It depends with the teams they are joining. Because for Nunes, I think he was just made to flop. Yeah, there's no reason behind that. But for Gyökeres, this is a guy who has also played against Premier League teams when he was in Sporting last UEFA Champions League.
Playing against
he played against Arsenal, and you saw the trouble he was causing to Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba when you know they were among the best centre-backs last season. So I think he's a guy who has already convinced us that he's going to perform. And that's why we want him to have the iconic number 14 jersey.
The story of Arsenal. Anyway, ni sawa. Then another team that has been very busy in the transfer market is Liverpool. Well, breaking England club record of signing a player, Florian Wirtz.
Yes.
We have
Hugo
Ekitike, another one. Isak on the radar of Liverpool.
Yes.
Well,
the lefty back.
Okay, Liverpool ni champions.
Yeah,
but Makali. Wewe kama Arsenal ukopi kidogo.
Unajua for Liverpool kama last season, I think Ancelotti understand the assignment because alijua Queen kwake Premier League, even when you look at the points he won with, it's like more of luck, kuteleza kwa wale wengine. So he knew for him to Arsenal, Man City. Yes, Arsenal, Man City. Chelsea had a very great start.
Man City
even Chelsea had a very great start, by the way. But hapo kidogo sijui alipotelewa, then they came back. So for him, I knew he was going to be very, very serious with the transfer news, and that's what he's generally done. Signing such players, even the right back, left back, Frimpong, Kakes. These were some of the great players who performed well in their clubs.
Well, Liverpool means business, and we can see based on their signings. And another club that really means business is Chelsea. Of course, they have signed a couple of players. We saw the latest signing, what he did. That's a danger. Actually, akucheza. Alifire warning shot.
That's Joao Pedro, right? So for Joao Pedro, I began by saying I'm not convinced that he's a world class. He's just an average player.
When he hater.
No.
When he hater,
no.
But let me tell you. Do you know? Did you see his finishing?
Yeah, I saw in the club World
when
Cup.
We were playing against Fluminense.
Yeah, I saw it.
Two
the
goals,
second goal.
Very beautiful goals.
Yeah.
Hey, my friend, nala quad to explain. Then the final against PSG, 1-on-1, very lethal. Wewe unaniambia nini?
That's so easy, everyone can score. Especially against PSG.
1-on-1.
Yes.
1-on-1.
That's so easy.
Okay, before tufunge haraka hapa ndo alafu tunafunga juu hata nikaa tumekasirika kidogo. Arsenal signing so far. Kepa Arrizabalaga from Chelsea, £5 million. Another signing from Arsenal is Martin Zubamendi from Real Sociedad at £56 million. Then we have Christian Nogard from Brentford at £15 million. Noni Madueke from Chelsea, £48.5 million. But remember, there is another adds on bonus, and it makes it at £52 million. Then we have Christian Masquera from Valencia, £13 million. Arsenal currently are targeting Victor Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon. We do understand that signing could be finalized anytime soon. Now Chelsea, they have already signed Dario Esugo from Sporting Lisbon for a fee of £18.5 million. Estavao Willian from Palmeiras from a fee of £39 million. Then we have Liam Delap from Ipswich for a fee of £30 million. Then we have Mamadou Sarr from Strasbourg from a fee of £11.9 million. Joao Pedro from Brighton, £55 million. Then Jamie Gittens from Borussia Dortmund at a fee of £52 million. Then Chelsea is currently targeting Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig. Then we have Jorel Hato from Ajax. Liverpool currently have signed Florian Wirtz from Bayern Leverkusen at a record of £116 million. Then Milos Kakis from Bournemouth for a fee of £40 million. Then we have Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt at a fee of £79 million. Wewe, Alexander Isak is another player that Liverpool are keeping an eye. Ashasema, I want to move.
Yes.
I want to explore.
And I want Liverpool.
I want Liverpool.
Yes.
I want even Chelsea.
No.
It's a talk, my friend. Najua wewe ni venye wewe usomi hizi vitu.
Okay. Chelsea can't sign 4 center forwards in one transfer window. So I think they have closed for signing center forwards this season. Maybe they say we have interest, but to be honest, Isak, he has already expressed that he wants to go to Liverpool.
Okay.
Yes.
Rodri to Real Madrid. It's not rumors. The guy is going.
Yes, I saw
Man City sasa wanaachwa na nani? De Bruyne kwenda.
Yes.
Rodri ameenda nani?
Man City if they sell Rodri to Madrid, Madrid might come back to where it was. Man City will get back to where it was. Those times when we were growing up. Yes. So I think as I finish, I can say clubs to watch this season. Tottenham.
Hey.
Tottenham. By the way, Tottenham had a very terrible season last season. Fired the coach. Thought they won, but they fired the coach. It's just because they had to win.
Amaliza, club to watch, Tottenham?
Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City.
Okay. Club to watch, Chelsea, Liverpool, hiyo ingine at your own pace. Hao si wa kuwatch. Hao no kwa entertain. Anyway, so asante sana. Sisi tunasema sasa hapa ndo tunakafunga. Asante sana mashabiki kwa kutukipa company in the last 1 hour and 59 minutes or so, 2 hours to be precise. And of course, let's do this next time, same place, same time, by the grace of God. Until then, do have a lovely weekend. Enjoy any weekend, banana. Twendeni Kasarani. Say.